It's Pastor Dan coming to you live from the office right now. Wanted to remind you all as we're coming here in midweek. I know there's a lot of other things that are on people's minds. There might have been an election you were paying attention to last night, but I want to focus y'all on what God's been saying to us this week too. And so we've had these series of hope challenges that we started, and we've been talking about them in the sermons and trying to bring it to you live as well. A focus on loving other people. And loving other people in lots of different kind of dimensions and realms of our life. So on Sunday, I focused in on the text from Ephesians 5-6, where they sometimes called the table of duties, and it's about husbands and wives loving each other, and parents and kids loving each other. And so the challenge we're throwing out to you this week is to look at that text. So it's Ephesians 5:33-6:4. It's just that little narrow section. If you can read that and then think, what does it look like to love my family this week? Especially kind of thinking, how do I sacrifice for them? How do I put them first? All right, that's the call that God has for us, is kind of be putting the others before ourselves. And we said we're going to give you two options each time. So option number one, to figure out how do you sacrifice and love the family that's close to you, right around you, and put them first. And we said one of the great ways to do that is maybe say, okay, you get to pick the meal tonight, you get to pick the activity tonight. So this weekend, I don't know if you can see this at all or not, but my family was getting ready for the evening, and we said, okay, kids, it's your pick. What do you want? And they picked Potbellies, which in my world is great. That's not much of a sacrifice for me. Jess was like, I'm really not feeling it. Are you sure, kids? And they're like, we get to pick, right? They do. They get to pick. And so they did. They picked Potbellies, and we went there, and we enjoyed the food that we brought home from there. I heard someone else at church on Sunday being like, hey, thanks to your sermon, I now have to go eat at McAllister's because that's what the family picked. Again, what I love from this is that it's about that sacrifice and putting others first. And maybe not the hardest sacrifice in the world just to eat out at another place, but think about activities. Think about what you can do to put your family first this week and really put it in their hands so that they understand that's what you're trying to do. Option number two is to look into a family that's further away, whether it's just not in the same house as you or across the country from you. Think of something you can do to bless them. Maybe it's sending flowers, maybe it's sending a meal or cookies or something like that that you can send them, and then a little note to say, hey, God loves you so much. He's given you to me. You're a blessing to me, and so I just wanted you to know that I love you this week too, and this is a little way of showing it. So option number one, sacrificing for your family within your family unit this week. Option number two, caring for someone that's outside of your house, doing something to let them know that they're special, they're loved, and that they're a blessing from God. So those are the challenges. I hope you guys take it up this week. You still got a couple days in the week, some time to focus in on that and get it done, and then we'll have a new challenge coming out Sunday. Blessings.